Hey, what's up, hello guys, welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be going over my very big and strewn together August TBR. So if you've watched any of my past videos recently, you know I have been in the biggest reading slump ever, literally since February. And going along with the slump, I also never made any TBR, so this is the first TBR I'm actually making for this year, so I'm pretty excited. I do want to try something a little different this time by putting a lot of books, because no matter what, I'm probably not going to finish my TBR because I have become more of a mood reader recently, where I'm switching from book to book to book depending on my mood. I think I'm gonna have a pile of like for sure books that I want to read, and then I'm gonna have a pile of books that are kind of like on my radar, what I want to read, what I might pick up, but also not the end of the world if I don't read it. That way, like, I have a selection to pick from. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but I did clear out my TBR cart. Well, it was actually being used as a storage cart, but I do want to have it as a TBR cart and put the books that I want to read on the second shelf. That way I kind of have a spot for where I have a TBR, and I actually can like look at it and be like, ooh, okay, what books do I want to pick from here, versus keeping them in my bookshelf and then maybe picking them up, maybe not, because I might see another title that catches my eyes. So I think that's the game plan. So what I think I'm gonna do, rather than just show you like pile for pile, I'm just gonna go ahead and dive right in. So starting off, we have A Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood, and honestly, I've already started the book. I'm about into chapter 13, page 123, and this is my book club read. So for those who do not know, a couple days ago I decided to make a book club on Fable. If you guys want to join, I'll go ahead and put the link below. And yeah, I just thought it'd be fun to have like an online book club where I can connect with different people, you know, who like don't live in the same city as me. I thought it'd be fun to have one where we can connect, maybe do like little online events and whatnot. And I thought to start off the book club, it'd be fun to do like a little end of the summer read. And so I decided to go with Problematic Summer Romance. So I'm a huge fan of Ali Hazelwood books. Like, as a woman in STEM myself, like, I have loved all of her books. I am usually not a fan of age gaps. Like, I have been putting off reading Hopeless by Elsie Silver because of the giant age gap, and the one in here is pretty major. Like, it's a pretty big age gap. And honestly, I'm like here for it. Like, I thought I wasn't gonna like it. I was gonna be a little turned off by it, but I genuinely really love it. Like, the female main character is so relatable. Like, her inner monologue, the way she reacts to things, it's like, wow, that's so me. Like, that's how I would react. And I'm 22, you know, so I feel like that sense of relatability to the female main character, which I love. And then going into the male main character, oh my god. So honestly, I've been listening to the audiobook on Spotify, and his accent, oh, it's so good. Like, the way he says like her name. But let me just say, the tension between the two of them in the first 13 chapters at least, crazy. Like, the tension is so thick, and I know it's gonna be such a great build up for whatever spicy scene Ali Hazelwood's gonna do, because honestly, in these 3 books, especially Deep End, she ate with them. So the tension buildup, I know, is gonna be really good, and I'm excited to read more into it. Going on to the second book, we have King of Envy by Anna Huang. So this book came out a long time ago, and usually I read an Anna Huang book the day it comes out. Like, I will be up till midnight waiting for it to release on the store, go onto the Kindle because it's usually available in Kindle Unlimited, and start reading. But because, like I said, biggest reading slump of my life, never got to read it. I finally got the Barnes & Noble's edition, and let me just say, the art inside is gorgeous, and I'm really excited to read the story about Vuk and Ayana. I hope I said their names right, because just seeing like glimpses of them, especially in King of Sloth, was, he wants her, but she's like betrothed to someone else. He's very like stoic, and she's like this gorgeous model, blah 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 blah. I'm really excited to read this one. I regret not reading it sooner because I have heard nothing but good things about this book. Like, a lot of people are saying this is their favorite book in the series, and I'm kind of like, oh really? Dante Russo? I still think about that man. Like, King of Wrath, oh, I don't know. I kind of want to go into it blind. Like, that's all I really know. Like, I know he wants her, and honestly, that's enough for me. A man that yearns, that's enough for me. So I think I'm gonna go into it blind besides knowing what I know from the other books, and I'm really excited to read it. This next book is kind of diving a little way from this genre, but it is Lights Out by Navessa Allen. I got this book because I've seen non-stop TikToks about it. I genuinely don't know what it's about, so I'm gonna be going into this one blind, but it does say on the front, the couples who slayed together stayed together. So I don't know if it's like slay or if it's like slay, you know? Like, I'm honestly not too sure, but I believe this book is a dark romance, and it says an Into Darkness novel, so I'm really excited. The only dark romance book I've honestly read is Haunting Adeline, and if you guys know, Zayd Meadows is my top 10 book boyfriend, so don't know what that says about me, but I do tend to like morally gray men. If you guys have read this or have heard about it, please let me know your comments below, like your thoughts on it, because like I said, I'm going into it blind. Like the TikToks I would see was just like, oh, like dark romance fantasy book, like, or oh, a viral TikTok book, you know, like I don't know much about it. I don't even know their names, but I want like a change of pace. I think it'd be fun to dive away from like the contemporary romance for a bit and maybe do a dark romance book. So I think this is one that I definitely want to read this month, and we're going in blind. Now, getting into our first fantasy read, we do have Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales, or Compendium. I hope I said it right. Honestly, I got this book before it even released in the US because my wonderful friend who lives in Australia decided to mail me the Australian version of it, and I got it early. And did I read it? No. Why? Because I was in a slump. Like, I read maybe the first 3 chapters, and then the slump hit so bad, and it was my last semester of college, so I was just so busy and I never got to read it. And I love this world so much. Like, he has a funny name, Mr. Wendell Bamblebee, but I am in love with Wendell Bamblebee. Like, the way he loves and yearns and wants to protect Emily, and it's like M, and then like it's YA, I believe. It honestly was in like the adult shelf, but like we didn't get any spice scenes in the last book. Like, it kind of like led up to it and then fast forwarded to the next morning, you know. But so even without that, oh, I still love him. Like, he's so sweet, he's so eloquent, and just the way that he cares and wants to protect her is crazy. I believe this book is set, it's either the 1800s or 1900s, but Emily Wilde researches like fairies, fairyology. There's a different word for it. It's not fairyology, but I'm just gonna go with it. And she's a researcher of fairies and all the fairy things. So like, she'll travel from place to place to place to research the fairy and the fae that live there. Like, there's like little brownies, and there's I don't know how to pronounce it, but it starts with an O. I said this in the last reading wrap-up book I did, where I did read this book, and they're like little like housekeepers, and they clean, and then there's these cute little foxes. And sorry, I don't know if that was a spoiler or not. Sorry. But it's such a good book, and I loved it because it was honestly like a learning experience. Like, I was learning about the different types of fairies, I was learning about the different fae, what they like, what to do, what not to do, and so it was very like educating full, but at the same time it was like a fun fantasy read, and I really love that. She was very intellectual, and the chapters are written in the form of like diary entries, so like she recounts like what happens and everything that happened. She also includes like little folklore when relating to stories, which is really cool because you learn about the different folklore for the different parts of the world. And honestly, that's the best explanation I can give without giving anything away, but I genuinely think you should give this book a chance. I know at first glance it could be like, oh, it's an encyclopedia of fairies, like why would you want to read that? But trust, you want to read it. So this is a book that I'm really excited for. Like, I can't say what's gonna happen in this book without spoiling what's in the other 2 books, which is why I gave the type of explanation that I did, but I'm like hyped for what's about to happen in this book. And I believe this is the final book. It is a trilogy, so if you guys want a completed trilogy that's out, this is the book for you. Going into the last book that I have on my for sure read is A Strawberry Patch Pancake House by Lori Gilmore. So I read her last 3 books back to back to back about a year ago. They were honestly like such fun, cute reads, and they're very short and easy to read. And I've seen a lot of people say, like, if you like Gilmore Girls, this is a series for you because it reminds you of the town that they live in. And honestly, I highly agree. Like, it was such a fun, cute, and cozy read. The first two, especially in fall, which were the Pumpkin Spice Cafe and the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, and they were super cute. And so I'm excited to read this one because I did love the town, I did love the characters. It was very cozy, very wholesome, and honestly, it's not about the two characters that I thought it was going to be about, that had tension in the last 3 books, but this one is, and it does say at the top, a small town spicy romance, so get ready for some spice. But as I was saying, this one is, as a world-renowned chef, single dad, Archer never planned on moving to a small town, let alone running a pancake house. But Dream Harbor needs a new chef, and Archer needs a community to help raise his daughter. So first of all, this is a single dad type beat. Iris has never managed to hold down a job, so when Mayor Kelly suggests Archer is looking for a live-in nanny, she almost runs in the opposite direction. Now, Iris finds herself in a whole new world, one where her gorgeous new boss lives right across the hall and likes to cook topless. Keeping everything strictly professional should be easy, right? Honestly, like, I did not realize who was about, but Iris, you do meet her, like, semi in the past books, like, especially in the book right before this, which is the Christmas Tree Farm. Yeah, the Christmas Tree, I had to double check. I have the other 3 right here, so you guys can see. They're very cute, cozy reads, but I have the Christmas Tree Farm. She appears in it, and I think the live-in nanny with the single dad vibes kind of reminds me of Wild Love by Elsie Silver, which I did read back in February, and I honestly really liked it. I honestly never thought I would like the single dad books. Like, it just wasn't something that appealed to me, but yeah, I'm excited. He likes to cook topless too. Girl, I don't blame you. I'd be like, oh, sign me up. From nanny to wife. Wife me up. I think if you guys want just one of those small town romances, give it a shot. Give it a shot. So this next one has been on my TBR since, honestly, before I even started my book talk, my booktube, my booksta. It was just a book that I would get on my personal TikTok a lot, and so I got it, have had it for almost about 1.5 years now, 1.75 years, and I never read it, and it is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. So I hear so many people talk about this book, and have I read it? No, I don't know why. I really don't. But a lot of people love the series, rave about the series. This is a series they never got over. This is a series they gave 5 stars, and somehow Mika thought, nah, don't really want to read it. But you know what? Because it's been on my TBR for so long and I've heard nothing but good things about it, I decided to finally give it a chance. But there's this one TikTok I see all the time where it's like when he's like dying or something and he's like badly beat up and he's like crawling on the floor to her. Like, he crawled for her. Like, that's the TikTok I see all the time. It's about this book, so I'm very intrigued. I'm just gonna go ahead quickly read the summary. So I was right. There are gods, and I guess the gods are at war, and her, the female main character Iris, and the male main character Roman are rivals at a paper company, and she's trying to send letters to her brother because he is like at the front line of the war and he's missing, but somehow Roman, the rival, ends up getting them, and they're writing to each other anonymously back. And it does say at the bottom, Divine Rivals is an epic enemies to lovers fantasy novel filled with hope, heartbreak, and the unparalleled power of love. And if you know me, my favorite trope ever is enemies to lovers. So I genuinely don't know why I did not read this book sooner. And it says, like, right here in the little feature, no god, no creature, no war can come between them. So, oh, I'm very excited to read this book. Besides that, I know no spoilers, besides that one scene where apparently he crawls to her. I think it's finally time. It has been sitting on my shelf, like I said, so this is gonna be a pretty fun and exciting read for me, I think. Keeping with the fantasy, this one has also been on my TBR for a long time, and I have taken photos with it, but I've only read the cover page because I didn't end up getting to stay and read, and it is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. So I genuinely loved the Caudivel series so much. Like, the men Were they manipulative? Yes. Were they toxic? Yeah. They were honestly like they could be painted on a red flag. But you know what? I love the men in those books, and I, very controversial, hated Jax, who is apparently the main male character of this book. And I'm so sorry, please don't hate me, but just from reading Legendary and Finale, like, he was such an icky person, and I didn't like him. Like, he started to redeem himself at the end of Finale, but he was just painted so much as a villain. But I know every girl, like, folds for him. Like, he's apparently a lot of people's favorite book boyfriend. So I'm excited to get to see more of him, like, not a villainy sort of way, and like as the male main character in this book, and to see like what he's painted as or portrayed as, and to get more of a backstory to see why he is the way he is. I'm hoping it changes my mind and I can say I'm a Jax fan, because yeah, he was just not cutting it in those books. And I said that in my reading vlog from a year ago, which is Spend a Cozy Weekend with Me, where I did read Legendary and Finale, and I did say I did not like him. So hoping to get my mind changed a year later. I know it's been a long time and I have been wanting to get it, just never got around to it, but now here we are. I want to say I'm going into this book blind. All I know is it's like Jax and Eva Jax. Her name's like Evangeline, something like that, and she has pink hair, and that's all I really know. And it's like the Archer and the Fox. I'm hoping to avoid any spoilers on TikTok and Instagram, because I do want to be surprised in this book the same way I was for Caraval. I didn't have any spoilers for that one, and it honestly made reading so much better, because every like plot twist I was like, what, you know? So I'm hoping to feel that same way with this book. Switching back over to the romance section, we do have Beg, Borrow, and Steal by Sarah Adams. So my fiance actually got me this as part of my book bouquet that he made me for Valentine's Day this year, and I just never read it. So I know a lot of people have talked about this book. They said it's a really good book. Do I know what it's about? No, but I have read a lot of Sarah Adams books that I enjoyed very much, such as The Rule Book, The Cheat Sheet, Practice Makes Perfect. So I'm excited to give this one a shot. From my understanding, it is a teachers that are also neighbors, and they team up to be a rivals to lovers. And I think this is cute because my fiance is actually a teacher. He just started this year and I'm really excited for him. And honestly, Sarah Adams books are always such a fun, cute read. And I especially love that it's dual point of view, so you get to hear the male main character's thoughts as well as the female's main character's thoughts. Like, it's not just one-sided. You get like a peek into both of their heads and like what's going on during the course of the story. Oh my god! Sorry, I just realized I was reading the back of the book, and it's Emily Walker, and she is the sister of the female main character in Practice Makes Perfect, which is Annie Walker. Oh my gosh! Because I was reading the back and I saw it said Rome, Kentucky, and I was like, wait a minute. That's where the Practice Makes Perfect and When in Rome characters were from. And then I read her name and it said Emily Walker, and I was like, oh my god, I know an Emily Walker. I read about you, and I do remember her being a teacher. Wow. And I guess, like, just going off the back, so this isn't a spoiler, she does have a side hustle. She's going to be a romance literary writer. So a teacher who also writes romance books. I've heard nothing but good things about this book, so this is a August, as you would say, for lack of better words, hopeful. So I'm hoping to get to this book, and honestly, like, now knowing who it's about does make me want to read it more. And lastly, to wrap it up for our last hopeful read, this is a book that has also been on my shelf for about 1.5 years. I got it January 2024 when Barnes & Noble's first did a buy one get one paperback sale, and it is Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahurin. I hope I said her last name right. This book has been on my shelf for the longest time. I remember I got it because I thought the cover was cool. Know nothing about the book. No, it's a dark romance fantasy. I know it must be a fantasy. I'm honestly not that sure. Oh, just like from the front, it does have a like a review, and it's by one of my favorite authors, Sarah J Maas. And Sarah J Maas said about this book: a brilliant debut full of everything I love, a sparkling and fully realized heroine, an intricate and deadly system of magic, and a searing romance that kept me reading long into the night. Serpent and Dove is an absolute gem of a book. I'm excited to give this one a shot. Just from reading the back, it does say, bound is one to love, honor, or burn. A witch and a witch hunter thrust into holy matrimony. There was only one way such a story could end, a stake and a match. So this is about witches, and honestly, I've not read a witch book yet. The closest we have gotten is probably the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J Maas, where there are like witches featured. So I'm excited to dive into that side of fantasy, like away from the fae, the werewolf, vampires. Like, I am excited to give witches a shot. I've honestly have not seen anyone talk about this book, so I have no idea what to expect. I don't know any reviews. I don't know anything. Honestly, until I read the back, I didn't even know it was about witches. I'm excited because this kind of forces me out of my comfort zone of reading books that I mainly get from seeing people talk about them. Like, this is a book that I bought on my own, didn't like hear anything about it, liked the cover, decided to pick it up. So it forces me out of my comfort zone, and I think that'll be good for me this month, just to see like if I like it, to experiment a bit and to just see where it goes. Because honestly, like, I love fantasy. Sarah J Maas loved it, and it's a debut novel, and I'm excited to read about it. Like, there's honestly nothing that I don't like. I'm such an easy reader, but I am a little nervous just from not seeing anything about this book. So I have no idea what to expect, and that's both exciting and nervous to go in blind. It, honestly, not gonna lie, looks pretty scary. Like, just looking at it, like, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like, that's 9 books I gotta hopefully read this month. Like, at least these 5, and then we got 4 hopefuls. So I honestly feel like I rambled a lot throughout this video, so if you made it all the way here, thank you so much for watching. I know I can talk a lot, and I do gotta get better at giving my descriptions on books, but I'm a yapper. What can I say? But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I had fun being able to sit in front of the camera and talk again. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up and to subscribe if you haven't already, because I am trying to make booktube a full-time career. I'm hoping to get out more videos during my gap year in university. So please join the fam, let's have fun, and let's just read together. And also stay tuned, because I do have some new videos coming up. For one, I do need to redo all my shelves, because I need to make use of my second shelf over here, because all my books are starting to look crammed up, and I do want to have pretty displays. So I think we'll probably do like a little bookshelf tour, as well as like a reorganize my shelves video, and I'm also planning on doing a reading vlog coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.